Welcome to Crossroads, the channel made by students for students to help them along with the college process. My name is Aiden, and this is my partner Tati.
Last episode, we broke down the whys of going to college and how beneficial the experience can be. This episode, we will be breaking down how to find the right college for you.
There are many things that come into consideration when trying to find the right college for you. Do you want a big campus or a small one? Do you want an urban setting or a rural setting? What kind of academic programs are you looking for your college to have?
There are so many aspects that come into play when it comes to finding the right college for you. But to simplify things, we've broken it down into three major categories that people look for in a school. The three categories are the school's location, campus life, and academics.
After you've watched the video, try to take the things that you've learned here and compile your own list on what's important for your own college experience.
When going to college, the first thing many students think about is location to school. Do you want to go to a big school in a large city or a small school in the country? There are pros and cons to each.
When it comes to school in a big city, there are lots of options for students looking to take advantage of exciting opportunities right out of high school. Colleges like NYU, UCLA, and American University are situated right in the heart of major cities: New York, Los Angeles, and Washington, D.C. Students have the ability to visit museums, exhibits, and performances in their free time. Also, urban colleges usually have a larger, more diverse student bodies. Students can also take advantage of countless opportunities, including internships, volunteering, and community engagement within the city. However, one of the major cons of living in a major city is how expensive it can be. Colleges in large metropolitan cities tend to cost more money as the location is very desirable.
To cut expenses, however, some students decide to live off campus. This can, in some cases, result in less of the typical college community feel.
Overall, if you see living in a big city as a major requirement when it comes to college education, make sure that you find a balance when taking advantage of the city and focusing on your academics.
That's right. Personally, I've committed to going to college at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Finding that perfect balance is going to be a major priority of mine when I first get on campus.
On the flip side, there are many students who choose to go to a school in a smaller town or out in the country or in the surrounding suburb of a major city.
When I think about going to school out in the country, I think about a beautiful campus surrounded by rolling mountains, lush forests, or grassy pastures. These colleges tend to attract more outdoorsy students who are interested in studying the environment around them and having access to nature. Some schools that are best known for their rural campuses are schools like Bucknell University, Middlebury College, and Paul Smith's University.
Usually, rural schools offer more extensive programs for environmental studies and hands-on research. Also, many rural colleges are smaller and encourage students to live on campus longer, fostering a close-knit student body.
Though a smaller student body might be right for some, many students might yearn for a wider range of diversity that the school may lack. Rural colleges often are situated near small towns, which means opportunities for internships and community engagement are limited. Transportation is also something to consider, as you'll likely need a car to get around campus.
In other instances, some students might like the idea of having a middle ground between a rural and urban setting. Many suburban schools have access to opportunities in nearby cities, as well as have access to the natural world around them. However, like many rural schools, suburban schools may lack the diversity that some students may be looking for in their college experience.
Another one of the most important parts of college is going to be your campus life. There are so many factors when it comes to a good campus experience, and students need to make sure they weigh them all before they move in.
One of the first factors many students consider is the size of the school and the student population. With a large school, you'll have more people to socialize with, but you may have to sacrifice class size. If you're looking for a college experience with a close relationship with your professors, you will want to select a school with a low student-to-faculty ratio.
A campus community with students from different types of backgrounds will prepare you for the workforce and give you skills that certain employers will find appealing. Someone who is able to communicate well with a variety of people is always a business asset. Being exposed to the multiple perspectives of your peers and faculty throughout college will contribute to better critical thinking because it will force you to contemplate ideas that are new to you and see how they correspond to your own thinking. Diversity comes in all forms, and it's usually available on school websites.
Athletes have a lot to consider when applying to college. Athletes need to be able to maintain their athletic commitments, their classes, and maintain their sanity by having a social life. As an athlete, it is very important to know the culture of the school. What athletic division do they play in, and how rigorous is the athletic commitment? Also, how does the school support their student athletes to make sure they stay on top of their academics? As a future collegiate athlete myself, I would suggest talking to a current player and the coach of the team to get a better understanding of that athletic program. Contact information is available for both those people on the school's website.
Possibly the most important thing about a college is the living arrangements. Depending on the school, there are many different kinds of dorms and off-campus living. There are singles and doubles where you live by yourself or with a roommate in one bedroom, as well as suite-style dorms where you have your own bedroom and share a communal bathroom and living space with 4 to 5 other students. All arrangements have different costs and have different students eligible. Make sure to check out the school's website to make sure you are aware of how you'll be living on campus.
There is so much to consider when thinking about campus life. I know I want to live in a suite when I go to school so that I can form close friendships with multiple people and have my own bathroom. Next, we will be discussing the academic factors that come into identifying the right colleges for you.
Now, we all know the most important part of the college experience is the academics. That's why it's important to figure out the different academic opportunities different colleges across the nation have to see if it fits with your interests.
That's right. When it comes to looking at schools, the first thing you should look at what your interests are and what you want to study in college. Then see if different schools have your interest as a major or a program.
Now, another important part of the college search is the acceptance rates of each school. Acceptance rates are the percentages of students that a school lets in each upcoming class based on the total number of students that applied.
Depending on how well you did in high school, you want to apply to schools that are in your range when it comes to acceptance rates.
The 3 main categories that college acceptance rates can be are highly selective, schools like Harvard, Columbia, and Yale, selective, places like NYU, American University, and Tufts, and non-selective, such as your local state schools. However, during your college search, you shouldn't put too much emphasis on the school's acceptance rates. Depending on your needs and interests, a local state college might have the programs that you're looking for rather than a more elite school.
It's really important to keep that fact in mind. During the college search, as sometimes it can be very stressful and tedious, it's important to remember that you make the college experience doesn't make you.
Another key factor in the college search process is looking at schools' graduation and freshman retention rates. It demonstrates how likely students are going to stay at the school as well as finish their degree in a timely manner. It's not always a good sign to see a school have a very high acceptance rate and a low graduation rate, as it shows many people don't finish their degrees at those schools.
Also, a 4-year school might not be the right fit for every student. Many people across the country first decide to go to a 2-year community college to get an associate's degree that will help them get into the workforce much faster. Also, many schools have a 2+2 option that allows them to continue their education at another college for the junior and senior year. After watching the video, remember to sit down and compile a list on what factors you think are the most important for your own college experience.
Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for whenever we post a new video. See you guys in the next episode.